Hey folks, Coach Patrick here, Endurance Nation. Today's video is a quick walkthrough of the 8-week basic training plan that we've provided for folks who are riding in the Phoenix Double Century Challenge. Getting ready for a double century is no small feat, not only from the fact that you've got to accomplish the century, but you've also got to be able to be fit enough to do it again, right? And so we're talking about fitness in terms of how you move a bike and surviving that century, but we're also talking about structural fitness, overall integration in terms of core strength, etc. That means that you're prepared to ride that bike well enough that you can go out and ride it the next day. Athletes who are not prepared for this ride or any long ride typically suffer from a variety of problems, not so much related to pain in the legs, but pain elsewhere, lower back, neck, right? They make poor decisions with relation to nutrition. So a good training plan is going to challenge you through consistency and quality, and also force you to do the work that's going to be required, which is going to, in and of itself, solve many of the problems that you'll face along the way in terms of decisions that you'll be making on the big day. So with that said, let's head on over here and take a look at the training plan itself and get a sense for what it is I'm talking about. So we think about the double century training plan, and I've got it blocked out for you in columns. So we go vertically week 1, week 2, week 3, just so you understand. Always have a rest day built into the plan, even with a double century plan, even when we're trying to get up to speed. Super important that you give yourself at least one day to consolidate the work that you've done. Athletes will often skip this step, deciding instead that more training is better, which is true to a point. But like a sponge or like a glass of water, once it's full, anything extra you put on top is just lost. It becomes more of a problem than it is a benefit to you. So having that day of rest makes sense. I generally am biased towards putting these days on Mondays because Mondays tend to be just crazy to the start of the week. Up to you where you want to put this day. The next day we have our speed ride. This is something where we talk about doing some higher intensity VO2 type work. Those of you familiar with zones 1 through 5, this would be zone 5 or zone 5 and above. Super short, high-end work. It's going to build your endurance capacity by stressing your VO2 levels. And it's also going to do so in a time-focused and aggressive manner. So you can build VO2 through your training. Any type of training is going to improve your VO2. In this case, we're using specific intervals to put it on the fast track. Those are built in here for you. Then beyond that, we have Wednesday, your choice, depending how you feel. Feel good, ride steady. Feel tired, ride easy. Find a place in between where you can do your training at a level which will not impede you moving forward, but keeps that consistency going. On Thursdays, we have our strength ride. Strength rides are more threshold work. Again, reminding you that threshold is roughly the power you can sustain for an hour. Most of you train, if you train with power, with some form of functional threshold power. This is work at that number. It could be intervals, 2 by 10 minutes, 2 by 20 minutes. Obviously, the longer you can sustain your threshold power, the fitter you are, but not so much worried about moving that number up in this training plan as much as we are extending that number out to the right. Being able to do 40 minutes of threshold work in a workout or 50 minutes is better than just having the ability to do 15 or 16 minutes at that number, right? Friday becomes, again, another choice day, easy recovery day, or perhaps a makeup day. You've got scheduling issues, you need to swap things around, you do that here. Then on Saturday and Sunday, we have the double days, right? On Saturday, we go ahead and say, let's do that long ride. We're going to be steady. And then on Sunday, we back that up with a tempo ride, more in zone 3, 80 to 85% of that threshold. If your steady ride is 65 to 70, 75% of your threshold, this is that medium level, which is going to challenge you. And combined together, the double training stress is what's not only going to prepare you for that first century, but help you build the depth that's going to help you beyond that into that second day, making you stronger both physically and mentally. Now, as you go through the progress of this plan, once you download it by signing up for the Phoenix Challenge newsletter at WeRideWeRise.com, you'll get the PDF. You'll also get descriptions for these workouts in there so you understand what to do and what a general progression will be to be safe. If you've got other questions about the Phoenix Challenge or about training for a double century ride with us or with someone else, just put them in the comments below. Be sure to tag us. We'll give you an answer the best way we can. Otherwise, do check out WeRideWeRise.com for this great opportunity for pushing your limits, doing so in a safe manner. 100 miles on day 1, hang out, have a beer, relax, tell your stories, and then 100 miles back on day 2 to your car, have even more stories, more pictures, have a good time, and a great jump start to your season. Thanks for tuning in. Hope this was helpful. Hope to see you guys at the Phoenix Challenge.